Oi boys, welcome back. We got the grand final around the corner. Team lists are out. As I typically do, I'm going to have a little gaze through the lineups and I give my brief thoughts on the upcoming game. So a couple of the facts that I've heard a lot leading into this grand final is that in the last 5 years, the Storm have been to 4 grand finals, but does that matter? Their most recent GF, they lost to the Roosters in 18, and a majority of that squad will be playing this weekend. So that experience, it's pretty valuable, big game experience, especially grand finals, state of origins, particularly going through and experiencing the lows of losing in those big matches. I'd say it does matter to an extent. I will say this though, out of all those, out of the previous grand final squads, I think this year's Storm team is by far the strongest. The contrast between the two teams is actually pretty crazy. Compare all that experience to this energetic, naive, brash, well, not so much brash, just extremely confident young Panthers team who are quite literally steaming into the grand final, riding a 17 game win streak. And they haven't put a foot wrong heading into this game. They've done everything right, this team. We've seen how they've acted when faced with adversity, and if you think about it, they've probably got way more on their shoulders heading into this game than the Storm do. I mean, imagine winning 17 games in a row only to lose in the game that really mattered the most. Man, it's going to be a hectic game. As we take a look at the lineup here, Edwards, Pappenhausen, Mansour, Vunivalu, Naden, Brinko Lee, Crichton and Olam, To'o and Adokar. That's the back fives for both teams. In the halves, we got Luai, Munster, Cleary and Hughes. such a mouth-watering matchup right here. As in the front row, Tamel, Bromwich, Codicel, Smith, Fisher, Harris and Welsh. Back row, Kikau, Kaufusi, Martin, Bromwich and Yo and Asafa Solomona, playing at lock but pretty much the same role as playing in the front row. And on the bench, Tyrone May, Brandon Smith, Kurt Capewell, Tino Fa'asua Malauawi, Moses Leota, Dale Finucane, Zane Tedavano, Nico Hines. Man, on the bench, Melbourne, I reckon, they've definitely got them beat on the interchange bench. What I'm most looking forward to is the battle between the forwards, between the forward packs and the halves. Like I've said in the past, Penrith's ruck speed, it's unmatched. They always fight for that quick play the ball. Can Melbourne slow them down? It's going to be tough without giving away set restarts. I should have checked the referee because some refs can be loose with that and some other refs just referee at a slower tempo. Really love to grip that whistle. Cameron Smith versus Api Coruscant. Can they contain Api? Again, that'll come down to controlling the ruck speed, and I don't think they can. Penrith do have Kikau back in the second row. His presence was definitely missed last week. He's been somewhat of a go-to for their up and unders and their crossfield. Is it a crossfield chip kick? Their low trajectory, like crossfield punts, I guess? I don't know. It's a weird, it's like those Cooper Cronk kicks. He'll make a massive difference this week for Penrith. As for the halves, I think a 100% Cam Munster is untouchable, but that's the thing, I don't think he's 100%. We already know what kind of Nathan Cleary will get, as we've seen how he reacts in high pressure games. But it's the battle of the Jeromes that's really got my attention. Jerome Luai versus Jerome Hughes. Both players have had breakout years this year. How they react in this grand final is another thing I'm looking forward to. As for who I think will win the grand final, I'm gonna back the young guns in this. In the grand final, it's no surprise that Melbourne are the favourites, but I've been a fan of the way the Panthers have been playing, and I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. I know a lot of people have been saying that they do need a little humbling, but I don't think so, man. I'm a fan of the energy they bring to every game, pumping each other up after defensive plays, or just little wins in general, man. It's great to watch in my opinion, and it's needed in this sport. I don't really care who wins, but my pick is with Penrith, and I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Cameron Smith retiring after winning a grand final as well. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the upcoming grand final game. Oh, also, I got Api Coruscant taking man of the match, so yeah, let me know in the comments section who you think would win the grand final and who'll get the Province Summons medal. And as always, if you want to see more rugby league content or more content in general, be sure to run it straight at that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you.
they envy me, not new.
Pull up his wall in a
Later.
hoodie, rolling with a A, rolling with a boogie. A step to the 165, I'm right there center, Moses Sully. And they ain't never gonna get an addy, ain't no rookie. Hit this baddie like what's goody. Said he don't care, got no fear, he's not scared, but brother he should be.